Good afternoon, Mrs. Hill. I wanted to give you an overview as my valuable client so you can see the whole view of how the course is structured. First, I would like to please start out with discussing some of the recommendations for 2024-25. Some of them we already have in place. And also I want to discuss some of the recommendations for next year. So the first one is, I don't know how true it is, I'm only hearing from our students that our course is not reflecting on their report card. So please, let's make that happen. I think students will be more compelled to do their work if the grades are actually reflecting on their report card, because this is the communication that I have been receiving. Also, in your internal emails to your teachers, could you please add me to the list with my business email so I can stay abreast of any changes, to make sure I am aware of the days that the students will be out of school, because you are very unique in structuralizing which days to for your students to be out, instead of like if Miami-Dade schools is out on a Wednesday, you allow them to be out on a Friday, which is great. So please, let's keep me abreast of that if you could, please. I think I already have one from this year, but I never created one. But please make sure I have a school Google email account with you, please. Also, when school begins, make sure if I can get the students' emails via email soon as possible so I can add them to the distribution list so we can have a less hiccups as we start our new school year. We would definitely keep the same structure of the email. I just added a $sign and an exclamation mark at the end of the password. So this same password will be used for the Canvas courses and also for the Google email. Let's continue collaborating with the teacher. I will continue to collaborate with coach regarding students' core subject areas, because sometimes when I pick them up, they'll, complain about, oh, I don't know this math here, or this assignment is very difficult. So what I try to do is support coach in reiterating it in the first or the last part of the course, so students can have a better standing and give them more motivation to complete the assignment. And also I love to engage with the Bible quizzes. If they have a Bible quiz, we go over that in class as well to help them prepare. So this is on me. I wanted to continue to do that with him so we can make sure the students is successful in the class with their lessons. And I'm going to show you in the module what type of math assignments that we go over. Make sure I will incorporate more interactive simulation workshops where visitors will come out. I still have one for financial literacy. It is a simulation through Bank of America where they will be given a problem, financial problem, to see how they will resolve that problem, which I think is great. So I want to find more interactive simulation workshops to have companies come out and utilize the computer room a lot more. Also, I want you to please, it's supposed to be but think about incorporating 8th grade into next year. And I would like to structure it as having an 8th grade class by itself, since they're pretty much going to be the newbies. They're going to be transitioning to high school. So I will have lessons just focusing in that area for them as well. And we have our 9th through 10th graders, 12, 11 graders. focusing on them as well within that realm of high school. And then I would love to just start off working with seniors. Also, it was a great method that we did this year, where we separated our challenging students from our more cooperative students. If we have to do that, that would be great as well. But I'm hoping that we do not have to do that again. But if we do, that is definitely a great plan. So let's give that please a 2-week trial to see if it's really going to be a major disturbance with the students. But I would love to please start off, with your permission, with an 8th grade class by itself, 12th grade by itself, and 9th, 10th, and 11th, we can have them together to make sure if, I think it'll be better structuralized that way. Once I get the approval from you, I will start creating more tailored lessons to those specific age groups, and grade groups. And with our seniors, I want to start off the bat with the professional development portfolio, so it can be more effective the next school year. Excuse me. And that's pretty much it. And then also, again, have the graduation seniors so we can focus on more of college and transition into the workforce. I'm getting them more prepared for college, and focusing more on scholarships. I want to definitely start that more. And as soon as we meet, I can definitely start working on that before August, because we want to make sure it's more successful next year. And I wanted to again thank you for your support. Very greatly appreciative for your continuous support and giving me the opportunity. Now we're going to move on to the course. So this is basically our course. When you sign on, let's go to the dashboard. I like to give you a full view. So next year, I definitely want you to have access to the course so you can actually see, hey, and tell the students that, listen, you're not doing X, Y, and Z. Now, these assignments here, this is from my other school. I've graded everything from my Cutler Bay Christian Academy. So with this here, when we go in here, they see their introduction. So this was their little introduction to the class. I had already implemented Miami-Dade Public Schools calendar, which I know you follow sometimes, but when you don't, that's fine. I would like to get your specific calendar pertaining to that for next year, so I can incorporate that as well. So when students come on, they will not see all of these links. They will only see mostly the home link, modules, and assignments, sometimes discussions. As an administrator user, you or Ms. Turner will be able to go in and see all of these and let me know whatever changes you would like to see, and to give you an idea of which students are actually participating and not. Okay, and over here we can run different type of analytic reports. We could get into that a little bit later. In the semester, you can, hey, run this report on X student, and you can say, hey, you're not participating, or I went into the course to notice that you were not participating. Okay, so I want to give you that access to make sure you are abreast of what the students are participating in as we move forward. So we're going to go to modules. Modules give you, Mrs. Hill, an overview of how the entire course is structured. So we start off with getting started. So basically, the welcome to the course is where the Miami-Dade Public School calendar is, with the welcome letter. Now you have the overview of the course. This is the overview of the course that pretty much we go over it that first week of class when we first got everything, acclimated. And the flow was good when we got through all the hiccups of signing the students in. So we started out with this. I went over the overview. Here are the core areas, the 6 areas that I work on pertaining to the course. Okay. The next thing, let's go back real quickly. I'm on the free version of Zoom, so forgive me if I'm zooming through this stuff. Here's the syllabus. The syllabus basically is like a college level type syllabus. It's a professional syllabus that's giving the students an outline of what they're doing. And also I want to try and get the parents to look at their course as well, so they can be abreast of what students are doing, and so they can really finish a lot of this work at home, because with that hour or hour and a half, sometimes they don't have time to finish. Here the program, the syllabus, you got your objectives, the description, your grades, the what students should be able to do when they finish the course, the introduction of the course, and here how the components were broken down, I'm sorry, and the course materials, and here how we did different types of assessment. So we're going to definitely focus on more aggressively in these areas. I do have a survey for this year. Okay. Now we're going to go back to modules. And here are my classroom rules. So we did like an open verbal pop quiz on this when we first started. That was cool. They got a little free gift, a little candy if they got it right. So these are my rules for the class. I am a stickler on that. They respect, have active listening skills, confidentiality, those different type of things. We did a lot of mentoring, coaching I did in the course, because, students came in with different issues with friends. And so I gave them, professional feedback on how they should approach that. Okay, I'm going back to modules again. All right, so that's getting started. Here are the resources that students were able to utilize for their professional development portfolio. I'm going to come back to that in a few minutes. I also provide learning resources for our students. We had an assignment with hard skills, soft skills, and transferable skills. So I had students to look up at least 20 for each that they feel that they have. I explained to them, and we watched videos as well. Hard skills pretty much get you the job. Soft skills pretty much help you keep the job. And the transferable skills are a combination of both, okay, that you transfer into the workforce. Here's some more resources that we talked about, the schools that had very good, successful graduates, but I told them, listen, that you're not a stickler to that. It doesn't mean that if you don't go to college, you will not be successful. It's all about what you want to do in life and how you pursue it. All right. So these were also assignments for them to do, but here are videos. They're videos and articles. Gamifications. Here is what I'm pretty much work with coach with. When I noticed that, for instance, that they were working on something in class, like let's say geometry or fractions, I go here, which is that quiz. The email is thatquiz.org. And this is an awesome platform, Mrs. Hill. This helped them practice. So fractions, they were able to do their fractions. I had helped them with their fractions. Geometry was cool. Nobody loved geometry but Adrian in the class. And so they were working with the volume. Also, coach was working with rectangulars, the perimeter. So they did practice sections. So how this works is you could give them a length of 5, starting at 5 to maybe 100. Okay, questions. Level. The higher the level, the more challenging. So, you could start out with the very simplistic levels. And then if you want to give them a timer to finish, that's fine. And it gives them feedback. If whatever they got wrong, it gives them feedback. So maybe you want to talk to your teachers that you can incorporate this in their class when they have computer time, or maybe they can have them to come to the computer classroom when I'm not there, and to have them to come and practice on that quiz. That is a supplement that will help students master that particular subject. And then the teachers could, have the different options to tailor it to the students' comprehension level of the topic. Okay, so this is a great book. All right, so let's go back here. Also, we did this is basically strict multiplication. And then we had freetypinggame.com. So here is the freetypinggame.com. This is what we use throughout the semester. This is awesome. You have your games. This is where students practice their accuracy and their speed. So they had games. They made a lot of noise, which they love. They had the racing game. The duck game is very cool to play. They had something like what it was this here, I think what it was like Pac-Man back in the day, something similar to that. So this is a great tool for students to practice. Very great tool. What I love about them are the tests. They are able to practice their home roll keys, okay? Different types of keys they can practice on. Also, they can practice with their left hand, their right hand, all the keys. 10 key we didn't do this year, but we definitely will focus on with it, specifically with the 12th graders, because they need to know the numbers by memory on the right-hand side, the numbers 1 through 9. They need to learn it as well. We also worked on the most common misspelled words. And then to give them another more challenging, I also incorporated the different foreign languages because they're more challenging to type. Students could be tested from 1 minute to 5 minutes. So we can start out with 1 minute and it automatically populates a typing score. And if the teachers wanted to give them a certificate for motivation, we can do that as well. But we didn't pretty much do that. I had them screenshot their score and upload it. Their goal for this year was to get at 30 correct words per minute, and a lot of them did. This, again, these two are awesome. Also, I wanted to show you real quickly here. Let me see. Let me go back here. Yeah, like I was saying, you could work on your fractions. You got measurements, money, anything you want to work on. You got your vocabulary. We're going to talk about it in another part of this video as well. Okay, so that was great. So at the beginning, again, we have our the getting started. We're going to come back to put a professional development video, and then we got our learning resources, and we have gamifications. Now we have our components that we focus on according to our contract. We got the personal development, mental health, career development, financial literacy, lifelong learning, circle of empowerment, and we have our end of the year survey. If you can ask the students to take that for me, that will be great. The survey basically covers what lessons they've learned, what the most or out of the course, what they mastered in the course. This one skill that it didn't go over, if I didn't introduce it to them, what they would like to learn. So this will help me prepare for the future course. Specifically, describe any field trips that they want to participate in. Also, I wanted to give them one word to describe me in the course. I love strategic criticism, because this is how it helps me as a trainer and a career coach to improve. So there's always room for improvement. I am, very appreciative of that. Now, the Bible related activities, I noticed that coach gives students a lot of activities pertaining to the Bible because we're a Christian school, which is great. And so I pretty much piggyback and help, or not help, but encourage students to study it. And I get them different tactics of how to study it, or I give them assignments like create a PowerPoint on the different subjects that they're doing, and look at videos to enhance their learning. I usually do this either the first 15 or the last 15 minutes of the course, and then in the middle, we talk about our subject. Okay, let's go up here. Now let's go to the first component, professional development. So students had different types of activities. We had one with the Miami-Dade. These are pretty much discussions. What do I mean by the discussions? Is that I'm trying to get students to open more and improve their communication skills through typing. Okay, so I gave them their a short PowerPoint. I just basically wanted image, not words. Some people put words, which is great. Um, and then they had to, say a couple of things, but we had some students that were one worders, but it's a start. Okay, so if I see any grammatical errors or something, I will point it out at the students, say, hey, don't forget to capitalize your letter, the first letter of a sentence and all that good stuff. And what they did was created the PowerPoint, and then they had to respond to two students within the discussion. So let's look at, I have something quick here. This is Shardaja's. My computer's slow. Okay, so Shardaja, she pretty much did what she's supposed to do. She did only images. She says she's from Goose. Her family is basically unity, because you got to figure out what they're expressing through pictures. So her personality is more spiritual. She loves definitely doing hair, cosmetology. This is her career. She wants to do, I believe that was law at that time. She does, her favorite subject is history, which is great because I do not like history. And she talked about you are unique. She's saying she's unique in her studies. And also here's about her personality. And I think that's it. Okay. And one of Kamari, he was a little bit more explainable in his PowerPoint, which is cool. He's from Florida. He talked about his family. He gave me a description, his hobbies, his personality, which is cool. His favorite subject. Oh, I love history. That's cool. And then he wanted to be a YouTuber. Okay, so this is great. I'm kidding. And also he wanted to make sure it's on YouTube. So this is that assignment that they worked on, and that was pretty cool. I wanted the students to express who they were or are, and so they can feel more comfortable with themselves. Okay, so that was that. I wanted to show you that, so how we expressed ourselves. Code of ethics was a little bit more in depth, but we did more of open discussion. Okay, personal code of ethics. So here's an assignment. I'm gonna hurry up here because so much. Here is an assignment that we talked about. We read each section. We spent about maybe 2-3 weeks about this here. Who do you think I am? So we did this verbally because I get more participation verbally. We talked about, what you believe is important to you in life, all this type of stuff. So that was a good thing to do about it, because when they see work like that, oh, Miss Smith, that's a lot of work. But listen, I tell them, hey, this is all about you. We got to learn how to invest in ourselves when it comes to us. And here are the areas that we focused on. Okay, so let me get out of that real quickly. Let's see here. I won't go into, okay, where am I? Okay, the career business article, students had to pretty much find an article of a business that they wanted to do. Okay. So when you get the access and you wanted to see what students are doing, you can go to SpeedGrader, and if they submitted their assignment correctly, you should be able to see it. Hold on. The internet is so slow. Who is this here? I can't see what name. Okay. This is Miss Beyonce. She wrote about this article. She gave me an image. So she wrote about, what she wanted to do. Pretty much, they kind of, copy and paste, but that was okay. Hey, it's okay. I'm good with that. And to see the next student, you just click the arrow up here. And that's how I did my grading with them. This was Miss Emma. She did this article here. She wants to do engineering. Adrian, immaculate student. He just wrote this about it. Hey, that was good. He's a great student though. This one, Sade didn't do this one, unfortunately. What did Rashad do? He was talking about pushing it to the limit. He wrote about that. So those are a couple of things, that, few students had done, and that get them to thinking about what they want to do. And I told them it's okay to change your career thought, because it's all about now thinking of more than one career pertaining to being successful in life. Unless we get this great 6-figure job, hey, we have to make it work. And I only did really one gradable typing test, and we did pretty well on that. A lot of them got the 30, but we did a lot of typing tests in class as well. All right, mental health video. We talked about mental health. We did our affirmations in class, and we talked a lot about different scenarios of mental health. I always thought this assignment here was very cool. I had them to create a video of it, but most importantly, I wanted them to see, you don't know what a person is holding in life. So what does that mean? You don't judge people. You don't know what people are holding in. And at the end of the video, it's just saying you don't know what a person is going through. You don't know what a person's mindset is at that time. So it's really a cool video. And then what they had to do was go back and create a simple PowerPoint on what they thought about that video. I don't want to hold it up too much, but hey, that was a good conversation right there, because they got the opportunity to see that firsthand. You don't know what a person is going through. But I'm gonna go back to modules here. You can always go back here, and it brings you back to all the assignments, and again in the class structure. So that was under mental health. And the other one is basically an article we had talked about in class. And also this is a video. I think her name is Sherilyn. Yeah, Sherilyn. Sherilyn was cool. She was deep in her video as well. You get a chance, listen to it. It's very motivating. I love it as well. So we talked about it, had open discussion pertaining to that. Let me get out of this because this may take too long. All right, let me go back to this. Let me get out of this so it won't start playing. Okay. All right, so let's go back to modules. But yeah, that's a pretty good video. She's very and compelling and empowering. Okay, let's see. All right, so that was professional. What was that? Yeah, that was professional development. So, and then that's mental health. Career development. So we talked about the workforce generations. I'm mainly focused on it with 12th graders when they go out into the workforce. Here are your generations. These are the people, what their characteristics are. Okay. I am an Xer, the do-it-yourself generation. Okay. We focus on values. Then you have your millennials. Okay. They were raised in technology pretty much. So you see here, where my Xers, the Xers, we were the first ones that were introduced to technology, which I love because we have the best of both worlds. We could work along with the baby boomers and the traditionalists, and also we can embrace our Y generation and our Z generation. So we talked about different scenarios and workforce characteristics pertaining to the workforce. So important. Okay, so important. Let's go back to the modules. Okay, yeah, I don't know how much time I have. Okay, let me go back here. Where am I? We're on the career. All right, okay, career. Career. All right, explore career options. Basically, this was a questionnaire for our students to do. We spent maybe 2 or 3 weeks on that as well. So they really got to answer the questionnaire. I had them to research the different careers. So they had this assessment to take. And after the assessment, let's go to speed grader up here. It gave them a list of the top 20 careers based upon how they answered the questions. So what does that mean? I told them, listen, make sure you answer the questions correctly. That only relates to you because it's going to give you careers. So here you see where they have best and great. So I had her to look up the best first to see what kind of degrees they wanted, what the workforce demand looks like. You see how it is, but I wanted to let them research because I wanted to enhance their research skills as well. Okay, so that was a cool assignment. We worked on that for about 2 or 3 weeks pertaining to that. Let's go and let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, there was career options. Then, they just gave me an overview of what they thought about the campus experience for our trip. Myers-Briggs is a personality test. We started out with that, and we created a basic assignment pertaining to it. Let's see who did. We only have one person. Let's see if they did it correctly. Let's see what this person did. Okay, Beyonce didn't do anything. So we pretty much didn't have no participation in that. But we did talk about the different personalities that derives from that. Hold on, let me show you. So this was the short version of it. We pretty much did it verbally. Hold on. Let's see. This is the personality test of their characteristics. So it's only 4 questions, and then we went more in depth talking about their characteristics and what these components meant to them as individuals. We briefly went over this. This is more in depth. So I want to definitely focus more on this for our seniors next year because they need to know about the different workforce personalities pertaining to that. So what I did was ask them to just create maybe 1 or 2 slides PowerPoint. I don't recall that day when I did it, but for some reason they did not come back and do it. I most likely probably told them to finish it at home and it didn't happen. What else I wanted to go over? Let's see. Oh, this is see mental health. Myers-Briggs. That's a final. We're gonna come to that. Now, here are basically an article, video about financial literacy. We talked about that a lot. The 7 steps of financial literacy. We had talked about that as well. Also, lifelong learning. I talked about, we had a vocabulary. Every other class, students did their vocabulary. Let's see. I know we had students to do that. That was cool. And also, I explained to them the importance of enhancing their vocabulary in writing. Don't just keep using the same word like important. So you want to make sure that you're able to, enhance your words. So these are the words I had them to look up. They told me what the meanings were, and then they put them in their own sentence. So that was a pretty good thing to do. Also, I wanted to, let's see, vocabulary. Also, we went online. I call it vocabulary inspiration. Let me get this here at vocabulary inspiration. And they learned their word of the day. Okay. But most importantly, we went down and I had them to do little activities of the missing letters. And they could research the answer. That was cool with me. But as long as they were able to utilize that word. So I would have them to listen to the word and then also define the word and put it in their own words. And it helps me as well because some of the words a lot of us do not know that's in the dictionary. And then I told them for this assignment, they had the word of the day. And then I said, hey, let's go down and pick the last 6 words. So if I was given this assignment today, they will have to define these words and put them in a sentence that makes sense. And I tell them to put it in a sentence where you can understand it. So you'll be able to use it again in the future. Okay. So that was that. Let's go back to modules. Okay, we're almost at the end here, so we're gonna get to the final portfolio. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Okay. We had where are we? Okay. We talked about grammar in a class. We did a little group assignments between there, and there. So that was cool. We had a verbal assignment on that. That was cool. Also, we had a video on how the office is changing, which is the workforce. So that was great as well. And we had a professional skill set, which is something like in addition to this assignment that we talk about the professional portfolio. I told them to move some of the stuff from there, and we put that in our portfolio. But this one is talking about I believe their hard and soft skills and their transferable skills. Hold on. Yes. So I told this is the assignment I was talking about. So I had them to acknowledge what they were. So I told them, listen, write the meaning, what they are, and then you're going to have your soft skills and your hard skills. And I told them what the differences were. Hard skills, something that you can touch, okay? And your soft skills are not tangible. You can't touch them. You could be an effective leader, and we have effective leadership skills. Leadership, you really can't touch it, but you can execute it, okay? So, storytelling, same thing. So those are the things I try to tell them that, hey, this is how you can differentiate between the two of your soft skill and your hard skill. And you have for transferable skills. So your hard and your soft skills is a combination of the two. Okay. All right. Last but not least, let's go into the modules. Okay. Like I'm doing good. The final thing hasn't came up yet with the timer. And make sure, if you could, have them to do the end of the course survey. I didn't put that up before I left. Circle of empowerment, open discussion activities about empowerment. We talked about the PowerPoint of what empowerment looks like and within the workforce, and you need to be around people that are motivating. You always want to be around a person or collaborate with a person that knows more than you do. So you don't be intimidated. You definitely want to be around that person and learn from that individual. So that's very important. Come on, internet, so slow. Very important for them to do. So that'll be a good thing I tell them to do. And this is, sorry, I was acting up today. Let me get rid of some of this other stuff. Maybe I probably got too many things open. Let's see, sometimes it's slow. Getting rid of some of this stuff. I apologize. Come on. Okay, let me. But this was a video that I identified the 5 areas of empowerment for them, and I gave them an example of what they should do for each one. Let me go back to the modules. I'm gonna try to come back here. I don't know why it's just doing that like that. It looks like it's in the course. Okay, this did it stop? Hold on. Let me try it again. Let's do the PowerPoint. Let's see. All right, it stops. And come on, y'all just Okay, we'll just come back. Let me go here because I pulled this up last night. Hold on. It's in my downloads. So thank me, son. Let me go out of this. Let me get out of this and then go back into this here. Because I put it up last night. I'm sorry. I thought I had it up here to show you, but this is just lingering. Let me go here. Documents real quickly. Let me go here to Zoom. Let me go here to my professional activities, and I think it's on the self-improvement. I wanted to really show you this. Okay. It was a circle of empowerment. Let's see. Come on. Should be populating soon. It's coming. Yeah, my internet is so slow today. Okay. All right. So basically, I told them what the circle empowerment was. Here are the different components that I felt that were great for circle of empowerment. Let's see here. Why is it doing this? I don't want this. Let me go back to this mouse. Okay. We talked about mentorship, what it was. We talked about internal confidence. We talked about, let me see, come on. My reflection, do not focus on the shoulda, couldas, wouldas in the past, focus on your future obtainable goals. Education, lifelong education. So learning new skills, okay, very important. And action with a purpose. Okay, you always want to be hungry to feed your passion, goals, and your purpose in life. Okay, so those are the things we went over pertaining to that. Okay, so let's go back to modules. Yeah, this is still running. This thing is being real slow today. All right, so I had the students to put a lot of the stuff together for final portfolio. This was mainly for my 12th graders. So here are some resources we talked about. This was the actual structure of the final professional portfolio. This is what I wanted them to do. Everything that's highlighted in orange, this was like their cover slide. So I wanted them to talk. We had our cover page. We didn't get a chance to do the headshot or the video, but this here about me, they had to have these components underneath each slide. The cover letter and resume, they're supposed to have those. We talked about workforce certificates, which anything they got related to school, or if they were working, if they had something on the job. I told them to build on this outside of the class and after they graduate. The soft hard skills and transferable skills, a lot of them got that from that list that we just saw earlier, to put that in the PowerPoint. Successful projects, anything they did in school or at work. I asked them to get a letter of recommendation, references, work-related documents that will help them get the job, and some type of motivational slogan for them to help them improve. So that was very important. So let me go back to modules. To help the students do well in the class, hold on the assignment, I also put a section here. Where are we here? That would help them with the vision, mission, and purpose. I told them, don't copy mine, focus on their own mission, vision, and purpose. I told them to also look up other mission, vision, and purpose statements that will help them improve. So those were things I asked them to do as well. Okay, let me go back to that. All right, and then we talked about the components of the bio to help them with their bio, and the resume summaries I gave them. Some students created a resume, so I helped them, gave them summaries to go by. Let's see. And this here basically went over the different types of summaries that they could have used. Let me go down first, because sometimes, all right, let me go over this way. Okay, these are different summaries that students could have used. Like for their resumes. Okay. Those are the different summaries. Okay. All right, so let me go back to modules again. So like I said, anytime when you get access to the class, modules will be your base point, because that's where everything is loaded. So here are the final, the ones who did those, the final portfolio. I'm trying to see. Again, anytime you want to see something, you go over here to speed grader. Okay, let's see. Beyonce, let me see. She started hers. I just went ahead and still gave everybody credit, because some were out, some were in. But I think, they definitely need to continue to build upon it. That was their cover page. She just she got to put a personal headshot, professional headshot, her introduction video. It was about me. She did a little bio, okay? And she did her purpose, she did a mission, and she did a vision. Cover letter and resume she was working on. I don't think she uploaded it, but she has the components. Hold on. Skills. She listed her soft skills, hard skills. Okay. Let me go to the next student. Let's see who else participated. Emma didn't do her. She needed to upload it. Adrian, he did his, but I think this is not Adrian did two. Let me see what this one is. This is one of them for some reason. Yeah, this is the most recent, I believe. He had the introduction video about me, his bio. He went in detail with that, his purpose. He wants to be a therapist. He's excellent in math. Um, his mission, his vision. He did a resume and cover letter, but he didn't upload it. What is this here? It was a resume. Okay. He just put that there. Accomplishments. Okay. Okay. Oh, you can't see that stuff here. Hold on, go back. Okay, transferable skills, power skills. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see who else did it. Shardasia. Let's see, what did she do? This is a Word document. I don't know. She didn't put, Shardasia need to upload hers. Okay. Rashad, he did not do it. Had a little trouble out of him this year about submitting assignments. Okay. Chanel did a pretty good job. She did her resume, which is great. She did a cover letter, pertaining to an employer. Her PowerPoint was pretty basic, and she said she was going to enhance it a little bit more. Hold on, let me move it here. Okay, so she did the about me. She talked about herself. Okay. And I stressed to them the importance of their portfolios, because this will help them single out from their competitors. She just got to incorporate the cover letter in the resume here. Here's our accomplishments. You need to put some kind of work certificates. There are soft skills, and these are all her. She's very good in class. These were her hard skills, and she did her transferable skills. She got to do the rest of it. Okay. So it was, we started, kind of late in it, because I wanted to start them building on it. But I told them too, they're gonna have to do a lot at home, because within an hour and a half, it was be challenging. Kamari is pretty good. He did his too. Race car driver. What's this here? This is his vision. That's a mission. So that first one was his purpose. This is purpose. So he had stopped there with his. Let's see, anybody else put anything? Miss Hemingway didn't do his. Taji, did he? I think he did pretty well in his as well. Hold on, let's see. I think he's a senior, I believe. About me, he did that. Bio, purpose, mission, vision. He did cover letter, resume, accomplishments. Okay, did pretty good with that. So I think, they did a pretty good job at starting off. Okay, what's this here? Okay, motivation. Okay, I think they did a very good job in doing that. And let's see, Tornell and Trinell, did she do hers? Let's see what she did. Let me see, Trinell, she did a quote here. Statement. Okay. She did was that. Over here, I couldn't open. Morgan, I am proud of Morgan. Morgan came a long way. He really did. He tried a lot. Let's see. He really did. Miss Ariana, she did not finish hers as well, but she's a bright young lady, very bright. Let's see. Personal, okay. All right. She did pretty good in that. Okay, she needs to add some more stuff to hers. But again, like Shamari did not do anything. These are my older students. They didn't do anything. Okay, so basically those are the ones that participated and did what they needed to do. Again, this portfolio is pretty much comprehensive what they needed to do, and it will help them in the future. I also told them, Mrs. Hill, to always reach out to me so we can work together and for them to be successful in their career endeavor. Um, our paths does not stop here. I still want to keep a connection with them throughout um, the years. And as we collaborate, I want them to be able to come back and get career resources, because once they get a great digital portfolio to show to their employers, this will be a great opportunity for them. So I want to again thank you for your continuous support. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I just didn't want to register you for the class, and so you'll just be going back and forth. I like to do my craft as a professional trainer and development expert to show you what the students were doing throughout the semester. And I look forward to collaborating with you more throughout the years to come. Thank you.